Hello and welcome. What you may have been taught all your life to avoid is actually a key ingredient in the success of your business. So we're going to uncover that myth today and discover what you might do instead. Now I have to apologize. I'm Debbie Dunford, by the way, and welcome. I have to apologize though. I need a cough drop in my mouth because I keep coughing. I've been getting over a cough and I've been having this coughing fit right before. Of course, perfect timing, right? So I apologize for the cough drop in my mouth. That's what I've got to try and help me keep from coughing so much. But anyway, so we're going to get started with your daily dose of awesome, which is your 15 minutes of education, inspiration, and motivation. And we're excited to have you here. Tell me where you are watching from. I'd love to be able to come in and say hi. And a little twist, I want to know what the weather's like because, you know, I want to know next year what places I should think about going at this time of year and what places to avoid. So I want to know what the weather's like in your part of the world. And if this is your first time watching the Daily Dose of Awesome, welcome. We are excited to have you here. So I'm going to tell you a story to illustrate the key ingredient. And so while I'm telling the story, if you think you have figured out, there's one key word I'm looking for. Okay, so if you think you've figured out what that one key word is, I want you to drop it in the comments as I'm telling the story. And it's a true story. And I'm going to first go back and say hi to some people who are on watching. Bart, hey, how are you? Tim, Becky, hi. Let's see. Oh, and I got that stuck. Okay. Oh, yes, honey, that is something I've tried before. Thank you. I appreciate that little tip. Hi from Orlando. Oh, I bet it is beautiful here. We're there. We were there a few weeks ago for some training and it was beautiful then. Little rainy, but still beautiful. Alberta. Hey, Tracy. West Jordan. Tim. Raining in Burley. Ooh, okay. Drive safe, Tim. Ghana. Hi. How are you? Is it Nana? Nana? Hi. Hey, Adrian. Great to see you. Oh, supposed to be 80 there? Okay, that's apparently where we need to go. 40 degrees. That's about what it is here in Utah. Hi from Santa Fe. Hey, Ruth, Megs, and Vonnie, Oregon City. 48 degrees. Awesome. Okay, so looks like there's some good weather for the most part out there. That's awesome. Getting into that springtime here where I'm at, so it's exciting to not be, you know, negative degrees anymore. Anyway, so my husband and I were watching this show that's called Walk, Ride, Rodeo. Yep, it's a Netflixer. If you're a Netflixer, give me a thumbs up. So, and it's actually based on a true story. It's a really, really cool story. And it's about this girl that was a barrel racer. And if you're not sure what that is, a barrel racer is somebody who races on a horse and goes around big barrels that are in the dirt. You know, it's a rodeo thing. So she was a barrel racer and really good, and she was actually expected to go really, really far. Like at a young age, she was 18 at the time of the story, and she was expected to go really, really far and do really, really well. So Rose, you've seen it. Yeah, great movie. It was a great movie. So she actually was headed to go work for the summer. For just a couple, not this summer, for just a couple of weeks, and had to travel a distance, several hours distance. And in her travel, she rolled her truck and became paralyzed from the waist down. And she had to struggle a lot and go through a lot. So I'm going to pinpoint some of those struggles, and maybe that will help you figure out that one word that we're looking for today. Again, I'm sorry about the cough. So she had to struggle. Well, the first thing the PT asked her was, what are your goals? We need to focus on those goals. And she said, walk, ride, rodeo, okay, which is where the title comes from. So she had to struggle to get arm strength. She had to work on lifting herself up, you know, poles, you know, with physical therapy of the poles next, where she had to struggle, first of all, to get where she had enough strength to pull herself up. She couldn't do it. She would go at night when everybody was asleep, and she would go and practice and practice and practice, struggling and struggling and struggling until finally she got up. Okay, she was able to push herself up with her arms. She had built up enough strength. So that's one thing she did. She had to relearn how to balance. So most of the balance is in your legs. So she had to relearn how to balance. So they brought in a saddle for her, just on some chairs or something. And so she relearned how to balance on the saddle, because that's where she's used to. So they brought in the saddle, right? Because they thought that might help her, something she's used to, help her learn to balance again. So she had to practice that and work at that and struggle and go through all this heartache. Okay, I want to see, so I'm seeing some words come in. Determination and grit, perseverance. Hey, David. That's my sweetie. Okay. Okay, yeah, so these are all good words. Keep going, keep trying. So she relearned to balance. She eventually got to the point where she was back at home, and she got this. They lifted her up onto a horse because she was like, I've got the balance. I'm ready to try this. Oh, but first of all, this is important too. She went, and the first time she went to her horse in the wheelchair, he wouldn't even come by her. Okay, so she repeatedly went to him, and she didn't give up. She kept going to him, and he wouldn't come. Finally, they got to the point where he was comfortable, and he came over to her. Okay, so she gets on the horse, and she gets really scared and gets off. And she thought she was ready. She just wasn't quite ready, okay? Okay, let's see if there's more words coming in. Not quite there yet. Keep those words coming in. So she had to, so what she did then was she went and had somebody put on a seatbelt on her saddle, and then some leg straps as well onto the saddle so that she could seatbelt herself in. Then got back on the horse. Desires coming in. Okay, these are all good ones, and they all apply to this story, definitely. Just not quite to the one, that one word that is the key ingredient I'm looking for. Consistency, patience. Yep, these all have to do with it. Okay, keep them coming. That's awesome. So once she got that seatbelt added, again, she had to try, and things didn't work out, but she didn't stop. She kept going, and she was able to train to barrel race again, and actually currently is a professional barrel racer. So, okay, good words. Vision, problem solving. These all definitely apply. So, the key word is failure. Okay, we are taught, have you ever heard the phrase that failure isn't an option? Okay, have you heard that phrase? Like, give a 1 in the comments if you've heard that phrase. Failure isn't an option. Well, actually, in business, failure absolutely is a necessity. She had to have the vision, like you said, the belief, the persistence, but the failure had to be that piece of it. Okay. So Thomas J. Watson said, the formula for success is quite simple. Double your rate of failure. Okay, if that makes sense, put a 2 in the comments. I'll read it again. The formula for success is quite simple. Double your rate of failure. Okay, she was doubling her rate of failure. This barrel racer. She was getting on. She was doing it over and over and over and over. We learn from failure. Yes, I want to go back and see who said that. Yeah, Rose, we learn from our failure. You have to have the persistence, like you said. You have to have that vision. But all of those things go into failing. You have to be willing to risk, like we talked about yesterday. And then from that risk, you are going to fail. And that has to be okay. You need to be okay with that. Like Thomas Edison. If any of you know the story of Thomas Edison, he tried and failed 10,000 times for the light bulb. But guess what he said? He said, I actually didn't fail. I just discovered 10,000 ways that it didn't work. Okay, so was he trying over and over and over and persistent? Yes, but he had to fail 10,000 times to find, over 10,000 times, I believe, actually, to find the one that worked. Okay, failure, he was doubling and tripling and quadrupling his rate of failure to have that success. So I want you to think about for just a minute, People inside this community, maybe if you're in an MLM, your upline, did those people have to fail to get where they are? Or did they have no failure at all? Did they fail at anything? Or were they just automatically awesome and perfect and made tons of money? Okay, that's not how it works. So today I want to celebrate those mini failures. So I want you to drop in the comments a failure that you've had in the past, okay? Maybe something that you're failing with now. Now, these are little mini failures because I feel like the ultimate failure is quitting and totally giving up and not trying anymore, okay? But, excuse me. So I want to celebrate your mini failures. And I'm going to say a couple of mine. Let's see, double your rate or failure. Okay, yeah, thank you. You put it in there, Bart. He put that quote in there. Perfect. Fail, first attempt in learning. Okay, awesome. What else? So failures that I've had. My first live, kind of laughable, right? It wasn't that fantastic, my first live. It was a mini failure, but I kept going, you know, and now it's doing a lot better. I've had ads with no sales. I've had emails that I've written that didn't have sales come back from them. You know, this is all part of the process, failing to succeed. David says, failure can teach us what we need to change and what adjustments we need to make in order to grow and become better than before. Absolutely. Okay, so now I want you to put in the comments things that, opt-outs. Yeah, opt-outs or failure. Yeah. According to the cops, I failed to come to a complete stop the other day. Yeah, okay, there's a failure. You can learn from that, right? So things that now are successes, I want you to put those in the comments. What are things that have been those failures that you've had have turned into successes? I want to know those failures that have turned into successes, okay? So like, for example, my lives, like I was talking about, the lives are better than they used to be. They used to be terrible. And I'm still learning and growing. And I'm sure in a year, they're going to be even better. But I've failed a lot of times and learned what not to do. I've had successful ads that are getting me leads every day and bringing me in sales, you know. So I've had those successes, even though I've had ads that were horrible that didn't get anywhere, that I had to tweak a lot, right? So, so I want you to ask yourself, what might you do today to risk failing towards your success, okay? That's your objective for today, is to ask yourself, what might you do today to risk failing towards your success, okay? Because that is what it's all about. Failure is okay, risk is important, and it will lead you down the path of success. So if you found value in this, put a hashtag value in the comments. Give me some likes and loves. I'd sure love to hear your feedback. Get that info from you so I can go and improve, okay? So thank you so much for joining us or for joining me, not us, but you know, we're a community. And join the Daily Dose of Awesome every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. It was so great to be with you today. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and go fail to succeed. Have a great one. Thank you for all the value and likes and loves. Appreciate it. See ya. Bye.